You ever go into a hardware store and just start taking a lawnmower apart? I'm walking around an antique store the other day, and they periodically have signs posted around. One of them kind of annoying, with a monkey that said, "Stop monkeying around and buy something." You know, but you give them a pass on that because it's a little cute and times are tough, people are stingy. But then I see this sign that they had to put up. Matter of fact, they had to put up like 5 of them that read, "Please don't take radios apart." You know, what kind of backwater inbred moron do you have to be to go into an antique store and the thought comes into your mind, "I think I'll take this antique radio apart for my amusement. I've heard of this thing called a radio. Hell, it ain't mine. Let's take it apart, see if there's a little tiny DJ announcer inside." I mean, you'd have to be just that retarded, wouldn't you? The scary thing about it is, enough of these kind of people have actually done this to warrant the antique store putting up 5 signs asking people not to do it. And it reminded me of another noteworthy sign I'll never forget that I saw recently. This one really insulted the customer though, and people just accept the sign without even questioning it. You'll see it usually at the local car wash. You pull up and pay for your car wash, you get out and give them your car keys, and then you have this moment when you get out of the car and you see the sign in which you think, "Oh God, I'm losing it," because your normal faculties, your normal sense of reason repels at the sign. You think it can't possibly say what I think it says, and I have to be having a meltdown. The sign seems to read, "We are not responsible for personal items left in your vehicle." What? You turn to the long-haired doper with the marijuana leaf tattooed on his forearm that you handed your car keys to, and you ask him to read the sign to you. Sure. We are not responsible for personal items left in your vehicle, dude." It doesn't really say dude at the end of the sign, but you can't help but feel at that point it probably should. "We are not responsible for personal items left in your vehicle, dude." What? That's the whole idea of my coming to your car wash, is that I can trust your establishment. See, that's capitalism. You got to be able to have that trust between the customer and the merchant. You know, that I can trust you with my car and its contents. What they're really saying to the customer with the sign is, "We are not responsible when our employees steal from you." But the antique store vendor had to put up 5 signs to politely ask customers to please refrain from dismantling their antique radios. Do you think, let's say, an Alabama Walmart store manager would be so kind? You know, would they put up such a polite request in their electronic section, or would they just figure their customers better have common sense enough to know better? What do you suppose would happen to you in an Alabama Walmart store if you started taking apart, say, a big screen TV? "I've heard about them big screen high-def TVs. Let's see what makes them so purty." You'd promptly disappear into some medieval back room like that sick scene in Pulp Fiction while the mass torturer takes you apart to see how you work, you know? And personally, I feel like you deserve that. I think the sign should be a bit more insulting, like the car wash sign. "If you don't want someone coming into your home and taking apart your meth lab, please don't take our antique radios apart." What is wrong with people that they think it's okay, by the way, speaking of meth labs, what is wrong with people that they think it's okay to do drugs? People don't seem to give a rat's ass about setting the right example for young people. And then they wonder why so many kids drop out of school and join gangs. Recreational drug use. What the fuck? Just the phrase is such a retarded term unto itself. Recreational drug use? Listen, if you do drugs for recreation, you're a loser. Plain and simple. But I have to say, I do feel a bit patriotic about meth. Yeah, because methamphetamines are the only thing left that Americans still proudly manufacture. Which, by the way, ironically, is also the reason your local car wash puts up a sign saying we are not responsible when our employees steal from you.